what they're going to be doing, building data centers and all this other stuff. This is a huge conversation, y'all. And I would highly encourage you, to really stay locked in on these data center conversations that have been going on, because the impact it's having on water, on the environment, you need to be locked into those conversations. And power. We definitely need to be locked in on that, because they need a lot of water to keep those servers cool. And so what's happening is the price of water, municipal water, is going up for a lot of people. So for black people, hello, black folks, we've been complaining about how they, what was going on up in Flint, Michigan, with the quality of water. Remember that? Then we talked about what was going on in Mississippi and Jackson. You remember that? Those stories? And then there's other places too where you have a high percentage of black folks who live there. And we've been complaining about the quality of water. Well, now enter in the data centers. So now on top of that, they're going to say, but guess what? Let's think this through. And this is real time. I'm thinking this now. See, you're human. Follow me. Walk with me now. See, you're a human being. And in order for you to be healthy, you need clean water, don't you? Right? You need clean water to be healthy. We all need water. And let's continue with this. So let's just say they moved a data center somewhere in the area of Flint, Michigan. So if they moved a data center in the area of Flint, Michigan, let me ask you this question. Do you think the people that run the municipal water in Flint, Michigan have an incentive to clean the water up? No, they don't. Because all they need is water. That's all they need. I'm talking about the data centers. All the data centers need is water. It don't necessarily have to be clean. They just need water. That's all they need. So the more of these data centers that are popping up in these areas, the less the incentive these local municipal places have to clean up your water. In fact, they're not going to want to spend any extra money to keep water at a level of cleanliness, because we getting all this money from the data centers, from Elon Musk, from Meta and all of that. They breaking us off. So now they're going to maintain a certain standard, but they ain't got to go that high with it, because look who's taking a lot of the water. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. Black folks especially, we got to stay locked in these conversations. So anyway, getting back to these data centers, what was the saying? Oracle. See, they bought into these data centers. They are bought into these data centers big time. And so it's going to cost a boatload, tons of money to get these data centers all up and running. So in order for them to achieve that, they got to cut cost. Well, guess they figured that out, didn't they? They figured that out by cutting about 30,000 employees, just like that. They didn't need to think twice about it. They ain't need to think twice about it. We're going to cut 30,000 people. Imagine having that kind of power. Oh, yeah. What's his name? Ellison? Yeah, I think he's Jewish, right? Oh, no, doesn't have nothing to do with that. We don't have to think that way. Well, I'm going to mention that because it is an important fact. But anyway, so this is where we're heading, y'all, when we talk about water. Now, let's go back. Those of you who've been following us for a minute, what I've been telling you. You better start finding those springs in your area. Find a spring.org or .com or whatever. Just do a search for where is your local springs, okay? These are things you just need to keep in the back of your mind. All right, I'm going to show you. Come on. Listen. I'm going to show you where I get my water. Right here. Fresh spring water. This is where I get water for me and my family. We fill up.
Y'all stop depending on the government to provide you with water and all of that, because they don't care for you. You know, you got to do this yourself. Just go to findaspring.com. Find a fresh spring near your house. You know, some of you may have to put in a little haul, you know, but it's worth it. Go to Walmart, get you one of these right here and fill up. Make sure it's the BPA free, you know, so that you can store it a little bit longer for you and your family. Listen, it's worth it, because you can't depend on them, you know, for your fresh spring water, for drinking water for you and your family. So check it out again. Go to findaspring.com. All right.
If you want to make sure that you and your family are getting quality natural water, what I am telling you is that these municipal places are having, the more of these data centers come popping up here, the less incentive they have to keep your water clean. Okay, something to think about. I want you to really keep that in mind.